Ladies and gentlemen, gather around as we delve into the ultimate survival guide for the Belko Experiment. Now, for those of you who might be unfamiliar, the Belko Experiment is not your average corporate retreat. It's that movie where office workers find themselves in a work-till-you-drop scenario, literally. It's like The Hunger Games, but with more cubicles and less archery. First things first, in any survival situation, you need allies. And in an office building, there's no better ally than the IT guy. This is the person who's seen parts of the building you didn't know existed. They've been behind the walls, above the ceiling tiles, and inside the server room that everyone thought was just a myth. Befriend them, and you've got a map maker, a guide, and a tech wizard all rolled into one. Now let's talk supplies. In a normal office, a stapler is just a stapler, but in the Belko Experiment, it's a multi-purpose tool. It can fasten documents, sure, but it can also fasten other things that might be trying to fasten you. So, hoard those office supplies like they're gold, because in this scenario, they're more valuable than the coffee machine on a Monday morning. Speaking of announcements, if you hear something ominous over the intercom, the best strategy is to pop in those headphones and crank up your favorite tunes. Why? Because in the world of corporate growth opportunities, ignorance isn't just bliss, it's a survival tactic. Let the others scramble while you jam out to 80s power ballads. But here's where we get strategic. Always carry a potted plant. Not only does it add a touch of green to your workspace, but it's also your personal oxygen tank and a makeshift weapon. And if you start talking to it, people will think twice before approaching you. They'll say, "Don't mess with that crazy one." The art of camouflage is next. You want to blend in, become one with your environment. How? Post-it notes. Cover yourself in them and stand casually by the bulletin board. You're not hiding, you're prioritizing tasks. And if someone does spot you, just hand them a note. It's both a distraction and a way to clear out those old reminders. Coffee runs are your secret weapon. They're the perfect cover for scouting escape routes and exit strategies. Plus, you'll be the office hero, caffeinating your coworkers. Just make sure you get the orders right. Mess up the boss's latte, and you might just face a fate worse than the experiment itself. So there you have it, folks. With these tips, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You'll be the employee of the month, if there's anyone left to give you the award, that is. Just remember, when it's all over, and you're standing there, victorious, plant in one hand, stapler in the other, covered in post-it notes, you can proudly say, "I didn't just survive, I lived." Thank you, everyone. You have been a great audience.